Okay, well, when I did this update, it showed August the 15th, 2021, and I said, I've been testing this vacuum now for a couple of months. So, 2.25 years later, here's the vacuum. It only looks filthy because it's just been working. Looking generally as good as new. It's obviously got a few scuffs around the edge. It's used most days. For any naysayers about these devices, this one in particular, spare parts. If we open this up, you have in here
Dustbin removed.
the dustbin. Now, I was given a complete set of spares for this, including the filter. I would just like to point out that I have never changed this filter in 2.25 years. I simply use an air blower to give it a good clean out every now and then, and as you can see, it's pretty much as good as new. So that's the filter. If I can get that back together.
Dustbin installed.
I'm going to turn it upside down. It also has this here, which is removable and which you can get spares easily for. I've never changed that. I think if anything I could probably change it or maybe bend it up for a while just to get it more likely to hit the ground solidly. This thing here, all I've ever done is opened it up and pulled out the odd clump of hairs. We've got 3 cats. Again, not changed, 2.5 years, pretty much as good as new. It's working perfectly. So there you are. That's the Mijia. You can see more about that in the original blog entry, and I've got videos that go with it. Marvelous device. Okay, so despite the vacuum working perfectly, I decided after 2.25 years that I would replace this, take the screw out, take that off, drop this piece on. As for this little item here, you just simply pull that out. Obviously I haven't cleaned this. I would normally clean it for a video, but I thought, this is a vacuum for heaven's sake. How do you drop that in? You just drop that in there. Position that in there, clamp it back in place, and that's it. Completely new. I didn't change the air filter because, as I said earlier, I use an air blower on the filter and it's perfect. That'll last forever. We'll turn the vacuum over, and armed with its spiffy new brush, here we go. I don't know if that's going to try and return to the dock or just start cleaning. Come on, do something.
Resuming cleaning.
And there it goes. Marvelous device. Having taken the plunge and replaced 2 of the bits just for the sake of it, I just thought I would show you. You see that brush on the end there? That was originally straight. So over time it's been pressed down. I could of course clean that up, and I guess I could put some heat on it and straighten it up. But for people who wouldn't think to do that, the easy option is just to take off the brush, put a new one on. As for this thing, to be honest, I'm not sure why I bothered replacing it after well over 2 years. The easy way to check is just to compare the two, and when I did and compared the brushes, these brushes are now, what, 0.5 millimetre to 1 millimetre shorter than they originally were. However, as I've got plenty of spares, I thought I might as well. But the thing's still in virtually perfect condition. What I might actually do is just give these a good clean up, stuff them away in a drawer for the future sometime. I expect to get several more years of life out of this device. I don't even know if it's available now, but if you look at the blog, you can see the part number and that. It may well be that you can still get it. I hope so, because it's a marvellous device. Roberta, as we call her, is now in the living room doing a cleaning up job. Meanwhile, I took those two parts that I'd just pulled out, gave them a quick spot of boiling water just to see, for my benefit, was that going to straighten? Yes, it did. If you look at the brushes there, not only did they clean up very nicely, but they are now straightened up, all ready for action. Except I'm just going to shove them away in the drawer. But there's absolutely no reason they can't. They're still a bit wet from the water. There's absolutely no reason why they can't be used again. However, I just fancied a change. All of this, when it dries out, apart from these bristles being probably slightly shorter than they originally were, they've come up more or less like new. There you go.